Oh, that's just great! I really saw that woman in this trap with nowhere to go! Well, yes, that's the motto that we all love in the Flip Flap channel, of course. And to be quite honest, it's one of my favourite slogans because it represents that winter is coming. That's the first reason. Second, summer is dead. Third, as we all know, hot weather is now going to be absent. Well, let's just say, unlike, the February of this year, which was remarkably warm with 21.2 degrees Celsius recorded at Kew Gardens, if I remember. And if you wonder why there's a black screen, of course, I really do apologise for the 2-day delay, because I initially thought, well, I'm actually going to be filming in these days, and I thought, frick no, man. I just feel like I just don't want to do that, because if I did say, oh, that's just great, I really saw that woman that's trapped with nowhere to go, then my parents are going to be complaining to me and say, hey, stop that. You're going to be, upsetting us. And that's really inconvenient, of course. I don't know if you actually noticed, but I just feel like my reading sense is a bit mediocre. But let me just go ahead and get out from this freaking bed of doom. And we've got 4 of these Flip Flap products, of course. And here's one I just feel like I just don't want to read, but maybe I've just got to feel like that there's some people saying, hey Ivan, you need to read these books because they're really good for you. Well, yes, they are really good for you, and this book is going to be called A Semi-Blackcap Summer Migrant. So it refers to a bird called the blackcap, noticing that the male has got the black cap, and the female's got a rufous, brownish sort of kind of cap-like forehead, I would say. In fact, the caps are more like foreheads, if you ask me. And they're warblers, which are like species of birds, normally summer visitors. And I'm not going to read all of it, but I just feel like I'm just literally a lazy reader of these types of, thingy bobs. There's more info on one of the pages. It talks about the physical appearance, of course, all of the blah blah. And there's also this one here. Because the blackcap is a sexual dimorphic bird, the male hence his name has a black cap. Get his name. And there's also another one here. There's also another fact here. And this one here is one of the hardest parts. Saint Vincent. Was it Saint Vincente? I don't know how you say it, but it says blackcaps are extinct in the Cape Verdean island of Saint Vincente. Or say, I'm not sure how you say it, but it's more like Saint Vincent. It's a bit like Sao Paulo, isn't it? In Brazil, right? But I found mainly in parts of Europe, Western Asia, all year round, and usually a winter visitor in Africa, as well as Shetland and the Hebrides in Scotland. So it looks kind of amazing when you hear, interesting like that. And there's also a reference to Toto. They bless the rains down in Africa while wintering from the Sahara to Mozambique. Sorry, Toto, for ripping off your song. I just feel like I just mocked this quote, eh? And there's actually a whole bunch of interesting info here. Talks about predators and parasites, and it looks very, very nice. And it looks quite nice. I actually love the tab details into this book here as well. Let me take it on the other side, of course. And I love the artwork onto. Oh, look how cute these little fledglings are when they're a bit naked, and it looks quite cute. And we're gonna have a look at the back as well. And we'll have a look at what it says here. Therefore, obviously, I suppose I actually love looking at all stuff along the way. It's funny, I actually think, I don't know. Oh, wait. Do I see a Toto reference? Let me read this one here. Wintering birds are quiet initially while blessing the rains down in Africa, but will sing during January and February prior to returning northwards. Freaking hell, man. Why am I actually thinking of Toto? I don't know, I just feel absolutely so bad for ripping off Toto, because I must have been reviewing all of this freaking African stuff throughout the rest of the week. First off, I remembered reviewing, there was a toy that, there was a couple of toys which are like big cats. Remember the toy review video which had, lions and parrots and seagulls and a cheetah? I remember that one. And there was another one which featured some Cape Sparrows and some carp and some freaking, there was also storks. I don't know, there's even all sorts of birds, like the African darter. That was one I remember, I suppose. And then, finally, guess what? We've got more African toys along the way. And speaking of Africa, we're going to be looking at this toy here, which is called the Kelp Girl Flock versus Leopard Attack 12-pack. And all of these toys are in the same price. I'm not sure if I could say that, but all these toys here, like this grey-headed girl versions 12-pack, and there's also another one here called the white-throated swallow, or should I say white-throat swallow flock 12-pack, sell at the same price for around £21. I mean, it just goes to show you that when we come towards Christmas, prices are rising because the cold weather is coming. That's the first reason why. And second, it's literally the time just before Christmas. There you go. It's based on South Africa. Once you can tell by the flag, there's a freaking leopard here. I must have got inspired by that freaking bear. What was his name? Pudsey? Out of Children in Need. I must have been dressed up in that freaking leopard costume and ran on all fours. That was awesome, wasn't it, eh? And look at that, there's one of these freaking seagulls who looks really, really exasperated because of that freaking leopard, which looks much more like a Pokemon. Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and just unpack this mummy freaking product. Hopefully I'm just basically saying words which are, you know, that can actually relate into profanity, but not too much though. That can actually relate into profanity, but not really a typical sounding sort of word that sounds like profanity. But here's one of the Kelp Girls. Looks really black. I love the fact that it looks black on the wings here. I mean, when you put black and white together, they look really good as much as black and red. And I love the sheer joy when you play with these toys. I love the detailing like that. All of them have names. Hope I'm correct here. And they've all got the name Kelp Girl. There's also a bit of iffiness going on here. There's a bit of overspraying. There's a bit of sloppiness on the way they've been detailed, of course. As I can tell. I'm not quite sure, but they all come in different shades of black. This one here is not really that sort of black. I think I'm more interested into the black, which is more like, you know, a jet black sort of colour, like this one here, that one there. And I'm pretty sure that's a sort of black that is not like that. And I actually think they almost look like a bit more like navy blue, but I think they just look, well, very interesting when it's sort of in that type of shade of, you know, black in a sense. I love the colours and to the way they've been detailed and designed, of course, I suppose, eh? Yet they're all named. Yes, the leopard's got freaking green eyes, maybe some sort of weird Ben 10 character that I don't know of. And she thought, have I heard of Ben 10? Yes, but I've never watched most of the episodes. I just feel like it is. I mean, Ben 10 is like the Western counterparts of that of Pokemon when it comes into creatures and stuff, but not catching. And I'm just going to repack all these mummy freaking seagulls, which are called Kelp Girls, and also known as Southern Blackback Girls. And there's actually a subspecies in South Africa, and I think they're called, the Latin name for a Kelp Girl is called Laurus Dominicus, because I think they're like named after the tunics of the Dominicus. I would actually say it's more like a Dominican tribe, or is it something else there? I can't remember. There was something related to the coats and stuff. But let me take a look at, maybe I could talk about these girls in another video and why they're called Kelp Girls, or Laurus Dominicus, which is like the Latin name, of course. Speaking of girls, this is a grey-headed girl version of 12-pack. Once again, it's £21. And it also comes in different variations, and there's actually a juvenile grey-headed girl. And there's also a couple of winter plumage grey-headed girls as well. Plus the summer plumage as well. And to be quite honest, I'm pretty sure you can actually find these types of seagulls in most parts of South America and Africa. I would actually say, I think the best place to see these seagulls is maybe around Senegal or Gambia, which is like somewhere around West Africa. But you also see them in South Africa, and maybe the island of Madagascar, of course. And this is like a winter plumage grey-headed gull, because it's got the, well, let's just say, little black beak tip. Or it looks more like, is it grey or black? I think it's grey. I can't remember. More of a slight grey. They all have names, but they're specific. This is a wintering grey-headed gull, and this one here is a breeding grey-headed gull because of the grey head when it's like that during the breeding season. This is a first winter grey-headed gull, as you can tell, because it looks like a juvenile. but it's the first winter grey-headed gull. And yes, it does still have this sort of juvenile gull traits here. There's another one of these. They've got a black tail end. Yep, I think both of them have got a black tail end. In fact, speaking of juvenile gulls, like these ones there, I've actually seen, during last year in the summer heatwave of last year, I remember encountering these guys at my local park, which is Manor Farm Park, of course, and I've actually encountered this very cute looking juvenile black-headed gull, and they all come in this sort of colour, which, you know, I'm pretty sure if I think of a juvenile black-headed gull, they've got these markings which are rather messy. They've got a very messy sort of marking pattern going on here, with a brown diagonal pattern on the wings, I would say. It's a bit like that, isn't it, though? Sort of. And, yes, I just feel like I've already seen these gullible freaks, as I'm trying to say here, without even basically just freaking missing every single part where I speak and not speak. Funny that, isn't it, though, when it comes to video making and productions, of course. And I'm pretty sure, I feel like I haven't done the fire wheel, because if I did the fire wheel, it would take a long time. Maybe I should do the fire wheel for maybe next year's spring or summer. If the summer is warm and hot, I could do the fire wheel. Maybe it could be another file. Anyways, let's just go ahead and take a look at this white throat swallow flock 12-pack. All of them look like a freaking Taillow from the Pokemon franchise. Same with this sort of artwork here. Oh my god. It looks like one of the legs. Oh my god, look at his legs there. Looks like one of the legs must have just freaking stretched himself. It looks like his thighs must have just overly stretched though. Looks like an, oh my god. Remember what Ashens actually said to me? It was like some sort of weird, what would you say, overly textured gump thing. Also, I noticed these bird feet. It seems to be very weird. There's one just sitting on the cliffs with no fear. And no signs of quivering, of course. That one just looks like a normal swallow. And not Taillow, of course. And look at that. It's got the same... Look at that. Look what it looks like. It looks like the freaking Toto logo. It looks like the Africa logo that you see at the freaking Toto rock band sort of cover, in a sense, though. And I'm just going to unpack these Taillows, of course, we're going to call them. And I actually did a video on March, and this is very similar because I just said, oh, that's just great! I released all that water in this truck with nowhere to go! And I'm just basically saying it really, really fast, because if I did say it really, really slow and loud, oh my god, people are going to get really, really cranky and saying, hey, stop saying that, you're saying the name is blah, 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 blah. But they're very nice, and they've got this sort of nice dual tail feature here, which I like at the rear there. And, yes, they all look very, very nice. Hopefully they won't like, you know, Taillow, because they've, you know, Taillow has got, you know, a yellow sort of beak. And looks very, very nice, doesn't it, though? Anyways, I just feel like that the detailing on these birds, they all look nice. They all have names, and they're just very nice. I mean, you know, the Flapping Birds toys are just freaking horribly expensive, but they're just cheap and cheerful in the way they've been designed. Hopefully it doesn't take too much to basically, you know, find somewhere which is like somewhere really, really bad. Like, I'm just feeling like that there's something in my brain that I'm just seeking to cure what's deep inside. And I'm literally just frightened of the thing that I've just became. That's when the reference of Africa, the song, came up to me. But actually, Toto came up first. Anyways, I just feel like I had just had enough. I'm just looking at these beautiful white throat swallows. Love the red on the front here. And it looks very, very nice. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'm very sorry for the 48-hour delay of not making videos. Actually, it was more like 72. I think it was 72, maybe 48 hours of not making videos online, of course. And yes, I was going to do videos on Friday, but not really, of course. Anyways, if you do enjoy this video, please give this video a like and subscribe for more content on my YouTube channel. And I hope this video has given you into a whole bunch of stuff online. As always, as per usual though, and I'm still struggling to get these birds inside the packaging because I just don't know what to do. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, as always, thanks for watching, or should I say thank you for watching, and bye for now.